Manchester City have won a record 4 consecutive titles. It's history, and the reason why it's history is it's so difficult to do. Not many other clubs have won 3 in a row. City have obviously done that. For Pep Guardiola to keep the team and the players and the club as a whole motivated for the last 4 seasons, obviously ending with this one, is pretty remarkable, really, because these are millionaire footballers. Been a very, very, very tight title race. Arsenal did not fold like they did last season. Liverpool did towards the end. They faltered rather than folded, I think is a fairer word. But what made the difference to City this year is basically the winning mentality, which is a bit of an obvious thing to say, but it's Guardiola himself will say it's like an elixir, a potion, a sort of drug that you want to keep on enjoying. They've not been quite as good as in previous years, Manchester City, but still that shows how good they are if they've not been quite up to their own pretty remarkable standards. I mean, this is a team that's in the past has won the title by 100 points, and you have to remember they've done it. Basically won this 4th consecutive title without Kevin De Bruyne from the opening day of the season. I think he lasted 20 or 30 odd minutes at Burnley. I was at that game. Did not come back until the new year. And Erling Haaland was missing for 8 or 9 Premier League games, best part of 2 months from December onwards. If you're a player in that dressing room, you can see Rodri, who basically, whenever they play for over the last year, in all competitions, they don't lose. If he's not there and they do lose, and De Bruyne's missing, Haaland's missing, you 2 of the probably best players, and still to be able to just stay in the title hunt until they do, those players do return. Pretty remarkable, really. And again, it shows. I always go back to Guardiola, because what is the point of having a manager if they're not able to sort of get through these sort of periods? That's kind of what they're employed for. The best compliment I could give him is like Sir Alex Ferguson. That's who it reminds me of. Manchester City probably not at their best this season. So what does that mean for next season? Will they be able to go again? I personally think so, yes, because I think Guardiola actually needs an incentive to sort of, recharge himself and the team. And I think the idea of, can we do it again? Can we actually reach maybe our peak again as a team will motivate him. He is so sort of self-aware and so sort of self-questioning that I don't think he stays any longer at Manchester City than he thinks he can make them contenders. So he's got a year left after this one on his contract. As long as he's there, which is for the next year at least, City will be right up there and the team to beat, basically. One thing definitely to keep an eye on next season towards the start is the 100+ charges that Manchester City are facing from the Premier League for alleged financial wrongdoing. We expect the verdict for these to be returned sometime in the autumn, and it is an if, but if found guilty, depending on the punishment, the tariffs, that may well actually affect City's ability to contend again, but we have to wait and see.